Good evening. It's Thursday, February the 4th. This is Saigon John with the Daily Hoosier Daddy on Octane Infinity TV. Only 2 games tonight in the NBA, so it should be a pretty short report. Let's see how our fantasy matchups fared. Let's start with Ringleader versus Hoop Kings. Renee led Bill 6-3. Anthony Parker was the only player in action for this matchup, giving Renee a measly 6 points. Hardly a difference maker, but Bill still trails Renee 6-3. The next matchup has Ball Don't Lie versus 7 Apples. Scott led Mike 5-3 with a tie and 3 pointers made. Absolutely no one played on either team tonight, so Scott retains his lead for another day. Moving on, it's Cobra Kai Never Dies versus Team Chlamydia. Evan and Evil Mike led Jonas 5-4. They had 5 players in action tonight against just 2 for Jonas. Jonas had 2 Miami Heat players versus the Cavaliers. Jermaine O'Neal was great, 21-12 with 2 steals and 2 blocks. This was only in 24 minutes. Very impressive. Not only did Cobra Kai though have 3 more players tonight, one of them was LeBron James. 36, 7, and 8 for James. His most compelling stat, though, was at the foul line. Get this, 17 for 21. Who gets 21 attempts at the foul line? I guess LeBron James does. As exciting as the numbers were for both teams, none of the 9 categories changed hands. Jonas still trails 5-4. Into our 4th matchup, it's Taco Del Mar versus I Eat Tacos Del Mar. We got a quote on the message board. So our quote of the day comes from Evil Mike in regards to this matchup. Quote, "The health department needs to close taco shop." End quote. Edwin led Chris 5-4. It was LaMarcus Aldridge for Chris versus Manu Ginobili and the free agent pickup from last night, DeJuan Blair, for Edwin. Aldridge was great for Chris. He had 28 and 13, but made Blazer fans a little nervous late in the game, missing the 2 free throws in the closing seconds. The Blazers still hold off San Antonio, so that was good news for them. Ginobili was great, though, for Edwin tonight as well. I thought he was impressive in Portland tonight. But Blair's contribution, 21 minutes, gave Edwin a little cushion on his tallies. None of the 9 categories changed hands here either. So Chris only trails by 1 block and 2 steals. Edwin remains ahead 5-4. In our final matchups, it's Jobbers versus Workers. Adam led 6-3 going into Thursday. It was 2 guys for Adam versus 3 for me. Shaquille O'Neal and Tim Duncan gave me what I wanted. Just grown to expect the same old thing from these 2 in points and rebounds. They combined for 28 and 20, allowing me to keep my lead in those 2 categories. For Adam, Dwayne Wade is keeping him ahead in assists and steals. But here are 2 difference makers tonight. First, for Adam, he picked up George Hill last night and started for the Spurs, played 37 minutes in Portland. He scored and hit a 3. But he also got a blocked shot late in the game against the Blazers, so he ties me in blocked shots after tonight. In that San Antonio-Portland game, Andre Miller for my squad, while he had his double-double for me, he also shot 5 of 14 from the field. That last miss gave Adam the lead in field goal percentage by just 0.1%. Great. So, as I said, we're tied in block shots and we're split in the other categories. After Thursday, this matchup is tied 4-4. Let's look at our league leaders for Week 15 through Thursday. It is 7 Apples still leading in field goal percentage. Taco Del Mar not that far behind, just a shade under 53%. At the foul line, again, Edwin still leads with 88% from the stripe. 3 pointers made. Cobra Kai Never Dies lead the pack with 24 points. Team Chlamydia has outscored everyone with 403. At rebounds, the Workers, my team, leads with 170. Cobra Kai also leads in assists with 104. Adam's team is leading in steals with 31, and he's tied with my team, as I mentioned moments ago, with block shots. Renee and the Hoop Kings still have the fewest turnovers, now with 30. Let's take a look into free agency. Renee dropped Anthony Parker and added Chris Anderson. It appeared he changed his mind, adding Aaron Aflalo and dropping him later in the day. So he won't have Aflalo. He will have Chris Anderson starting tomorrow. Evil Mike dropped Richard Jefferson and Nicholas Batum and added point guards Mike Conley and Jameer Nelson. Not sure if Mike knows something that we don't about Nelson's injury. He's got a hyperextended knee. I haven't heard anything about a return, but we'll wait and see. Finally, the commissioner has made a move. Edwin may not have been impressed with DeJuan Blair. He dropped Blair and added Orlando's Matt Barnes. So for Friday night, there will be 10 games in the NBA. This will include a doubleheader on ESPN as the Bulls visit Atlanta. The game following that will have the Lakers playing host to Denver. Before I sign out of here, I wanted to remind you, if you missed last night's episode of Leverage, I was actually in that episode. So if you didn't catch it, you can certainly visit TNT.com for the latest episode, where you will find me in the scenes with Luke Perry. So that's it here from the Bomb Shelter inside Octane Infinity TV studios. This has been your host, Saigon John, the bomb from Vietnam, and boom goes the dynamite.